You copy? Copy, Mobile?
We need help over here. We need help to pull it up.
It's Sunday morning, June 1st at 11 a.m. in Barrow, Alaska. VHF signals carry the urgent message from a whaling crew out on the ice.
We need help over here. We need help to pull it up. Come on.
Straight down from UIC parent office?
And four, we need help. We need lots of help.
Okay, we got 2 guys heading down there.
Like cell phones in a city, residents here in Barrow rely upon the VHF as a source of communication. By now, half the town knows that one of the whaling captains has caught a whale and needs as many hands as possible to help pull it up on the ice. The whaling crew's flag has been perched on the tallest piece of ice, signifying a successful hunt and marking the location of the harvest site. As soon as news hits town, a smaller flag is put on the rooftop of the captain's house, letting all those in town know that a whale has been caught and whose crew caught it. One by one, people show up at the site on snow machines and by whatever means necessary, ready to work and work hard.
Go!
The whale, a 56-foot female bowhead whale, will take a while to get up on the ice and even longer to butcher. Captain of the crew, Henry Kignick, has his work cut out for him. Henry will have to determine how this whale will be brought up on the ice, especially with as few people as there are present. Another block and tackle is hooked up. This should make pulling the whale up on the ice a little easier. The bowhead whale can often weigh in excess of 60 tons, and that requires a sturdy piece of ice that will support that much weight. Fortunately, the captain has chosen a sturdy piece of ice. It's now just a battle of physically getting the whale up on the ice. Snow machines are added to the mix, along with a few new recruits. Inch by inch, the whale slowly comes out of the icy waters. Keep in mind that what's showing at the present is only about a quarter of the whale.
They keep us busy all night. You've seen it out there. Here it was. They never stop. Sometimes they get tired, you know it. It's a lot of work. Sometimes they take a nap out there when they get a little too tired, you know. It's get to you, but you know, you gotta be strong to do the job. You gotta finish the job. No matter what we do. I have to thank the Lord for giving us strength. Our provider always provides what we need the most, and we share with the people.
the decision has been made to start cutting up the beach part of the bowhead, harvesting what's available, and lightening their load for their next attempt at pulling the whale up on the ice.
Yeah, you can reach that.
The whale's skin and blubber, or muktuk, as it's known in the Inupiaq language, are cut into long, strip-like portions that are easy to carry, or should I say drag.
More hooks.
Long hooks are inserted into the muktuk, allowing the hookers to pull on the muktuk so that cutting the blubber away from the body of the whale can be done much easier.
Come on, grab a hold of the rope. Come on, guys.
In this case, there is only enough room on the ice for a couple of cutters. The whale will need to be pulled up further on the ice before several cutters can participate.
Yep, and then what? That way.
When the muktuk is cut away from the whale, it is dragged to a different part of the ice where others load it into sleds to be hauled to the shore. As you can see, it takes the cooperation of many to make such a feat possible. Many of the people here today are from Barrow's different whaling crews or members of the captain's family. Others are residents who have chosen to take time away from their busy lives to help Henry and his crew. Regardless of their relations, each one of these people will be rewarded for their hard work with a share of muktuk and meat. It takes so much patience, hard work, and dedication to take part in the harvest of a whale that just getting the task done is reason to celebrate, and so they do. When a crew catches their first whale, it's divided amongst all the 51 whaling crews of Barrow. The whaling captain gets his portion, and then each crew in Barrow gets a portion of that whale. All those who help with the harvest get a portion of the whale, and yet another portion goes to serving the community in what is known as Nagikkai.
Unaliktoya means come on over and have some fresh muktuk. That's how I learned it, and that's how they still refer to it today, Unaliktoya.
Nagikkai is just one of the feasts they celebrate during whaling season. Another feast is known as the Eskimo picnic, or Apawalti.
It's a tradition that we follow through and bringing the whaling boat on shore after a successful season, and we put out a little feed for the community members. Whoever comes down, we serve them our delicacy, our mikigak. And it's an event that occurs during this time of the year, this time of the season after a successful hunt, the men coming back on shore.
From a mile away, the crew pushes their flag-bearing umiak from the icy waters of the Chukchi Sea to the shore, where they are greeted by their community. After a prayer has been given, Mikiak is served to those who brave the wind and cold to be part of this joyous occasion.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Barrow. I'd like to welcome you to Barrow. Here's the first apawati, and this is what you call mikiak. It's muktuk and meat cut up and rendered. So, it's very delicious. It's delicious. Very delicious. So I'm serving my second round here. Oh. Second round.
Yeah. Hello. Ariga mikiak. Ariga mukbarat. Thank you.
Alaska.
Alaska. Oh.
Yes.
This is outside part, the blubber, and some meat. Right here. We call this fermented whale. Mikiak.
When the muktuk and meat are harvested, much of it is placed in buckets and soaked in the blood of the whale. It is stirred 2 to 3 times a day for a week or more until the meat and muktuk have become fermented. It is considered a delicacy and is extremely popular amongst the Anupiaq people.
He just got to eating mikiak. He's active. One of these guys. He had one of these kind. He's all active. Oh no. Yeah, I know.
This apawauti is being held in honor of Harry Brower Jr. and his crew, the Little Kupak crew, who have already caught the whale for the season. For Harry, it's time to retire the umiak and start getting ready for Nulakatak, the blanket toss, which is another celebration these people have during the summer.
1, easy, 2, 3, go!
Coming together for a feast is the way Anupiaq people celebrate life, a reminder to be thankful for what they have and appreciate what they have been taught by their elders about life in the frozen land. Ukbiavet. It is the most northern community in the United States. Although this Alaskan community sits at the top of the state, it has come to be known as the top of the world. To the indigenous people who have dwelled here since time immemorial, the area is known as Ukbiavik. The place where owls are hunted. To the rest of the world, the area is known as Barrow, named after Sir John Barrow, the second Secretary of the British Admiralty. Traditionally an Inupiaq Eskimo village, Barrow has grown in size over the years and is now home for over 4,400 people, with approximately 64% of the population being Alaska Native or part Native. Located on the shores of the Chukchi Sea, Barrow is the economic center of the North Slope Borough. The economy of Barrow is largely dependent upon tax revenues from the North Slope oil fields. Many residents are employed by the North Slope Borough and the many businesses that provide support services to oil field operations. Being located on the Chukchi Sea has both its benefits and downfalls. Fish, walrus, seal, birds, and whales are easily accessible to these Inupiaq people. But at the same time, the fierce winds and pounding waves of the Chukchi Sea take their toll on this coastal community.
All these are sandbags from last fall. Every fall, all the waves get really big and start taking out the road here and the beach. And North Slope Barrow put in these sandbags to help the erosion problem that's been going on in Barrow for the past, ever since I can remember. There used to be a real big hill right here where I used to go sledding when I was a little kid. And they used to go all the way to the water where the ice is. The beach used to go out about another 50 feet, 75 feet maybe. But every year the waves get really big and take out the roads, start taking out the coastline. And they got to move those houses every about 8 to 10 years.
This road's currently closed, right?
Yeah, this road's currently closed unless you got a good 4x.
Even with the erosion problem that is not exclusively here in Barrow, the people here are able to adapt to the changes that occur in Barrow, including the influx of visitors who come here each year. During the summer, tourism provides a large boost to the economy as sightseers come from thousands of miles to get a taste of life in the far north and catch a glimpse of the midnight sun. In fact, the Inupiat Heritage Center in Barrow offers the experience of a lifetime for hundreds of tourists each year. Inside the center, you will find artifacts that date back as far as 500 AD. Relics that were once tools for everyday life and songs and dances that are still very much a part of the life for these Inupiat people today. These songs and dances are stories and lessons that have been passed down from generation to generation and continue to be passed on today. Within the movements of these dances, stories are being told. Some songs tell the lessons learned about sharing and working together. Each song and dance has a meaning that in one way or another is directly related to the Inupiat way of life.
This game right here is called the Noble of Death. And long ago, especially in the sod homes, we play this game. We would anchor one end of the game onto the floor and attach the other one onto the roof. And also long ago, this piece of bone was very small. Also had a very small pinhole. Also, our spears had a very sharp piece of bone of ivory. The object of the game is to get your spear into the hole first.
At the Inupiat Heritage Center, visitors also learn about different native games like this one.
You guys gotta go again. You gotta make it a little longer than that. You got it twice in a row.
Again.
One more time.
Again, Dominic.
You can do it 3 times.
Dominic.
Or visitors can learn about the traditional clothing of the Inupiat people, what kind of animal fur is used, where the animal is hunted, and how the furs are sewn into clothing. It's a brief but informative visit that opens up the eyes of many visiting tourists, giving them a little insight to the power and pride of the Inupiat way of life. Lifelong resident Lloyd Levitt explains.
Barrow is a very close-knit community. That much I know about Barrow. I was born and raised right here in Barrow. And a lot of it is based on unity. Whenever we do our hunting traditions and wherever we go, it's based all on unity. Without unity, we really can't succeed by ourselves. That's what I believe in.
It's a belief that is instilled in the Inupiaq people from birth, the glue that bonds them together. Traditionally, when a problem or issue would arise within a village, the elders would get together and find a solution to the problem. It is this kind of unity and ability to work together that is still practiced today that deserves the respect of cultures from around the world. You see it in everyday life around these parts. Family members and friends helping out when an extra hand is needed. You especially see it when it comes to whaling season. Pulling a whale up onto the ice is no easy chore. It takes a great deal of manpower and tremendous support from the shore. A large amount of responsibility belongs to the wife of the captain's family, and the families of crew members as well. When news of a crew getting a whale hits town, the captain's wife gets busy. Preparation for Narikai and Apawauti have begun.
We're all already thinking, okay, you need to have some flour for the donuts. You need to think about the crew that's bringing it in. They're going to be hungry. So main thing is you make some soup, something they can eat when they get to shore or down there. And you also think about those who help towing and those who help cut up. Up here, I worry about, fruit that's going to be served, as well as getting the pots and the stoves ready, and how well you get your house ready. You know, you could cover it up if you want, because there'll be a lot of traffic in and out, and generally you can cover it with cardboard for the next few days.
As soon as you can, while the whale's still fresh, you feed the whole town. You have them come over and you share in the first whale and have the muktak, the meat, the kidneys, the heart, the intestines, the organs. So it's a joyful time. Everybody comes up and they're for 2 days running around cooking everything, man. It's amazing how they can get it done.
Back in the ice, the people are slowly but surely making progress with the whale. More of the community has come out to help get this huge bowhead up on the ice. But now, concerns are focused on the west wind.
When the wind changes, west wind, that's when the ice starts coming in. Right now we want to try and get east winds, or let the wind pick up stronger so it can blow away.
The huge ice floe that has been drifting by them for the past few hours has changed its course and is now quickly making its way towards the whalers.
I mean, just one big floating ice. It looks like about 8-10 miles long, about 5 miles wide. It's just one big massive ice floe.
Many of the volunteers start packing things up and moving them back onto stronger ice. These types of situations are common when you live in the far north, situations that require the wisdom of the elders. They're the ones who have done this for decades and have seen more in their lifetime than we could possibly imagine. The elders are books of knowledge that are only open to their people. They have seen the ice threaten their catches before. They have seen the ice come in and take the whale back into the sea with it. With the knowledge and experiences of these elders, the whale may be saved.
Heavenly Father, we ask you right now to keep that ice, even though it looks threatening, to keep its distance until we are done.
Desperate attempts are made to get this whale up on the ice before the swiftly approaching ice pack takes the whale under. We don't see it here, but the moment occurred when the decision was made to cut the whale in half. After securing the majority of the whale that was still in the water to the ice they were on, they quickly cut the whale in half.
While we were butchering the whale, ice come in. Man, it was calm, very calm out there. When the captain told us that we had to cut it in half, so we had no choice. We left the part of the head, so if the weather shifted and if there's an opening, they're gonna go back down there and do the same thing again, cut it all up. We gotta make sure everybody gets their whole share.
Part of life growing up here. A lot of times we lose the whole whale. I'm glad they were alert.
By cutting the whale in half, these whalers were able to assure that at least part of this bowhead would be harvested. They would now have to wait for the lead to open and the ice pack to move away from the whale before any more attempts could be made to get the whale up on the ice. With most of the whales still in the sea, the cutters quickly get back to the butchering. When they are through with this whale, the only thing that will be left is the head bone and the vertebrae. They will use almost every part of the whale.
This stuff is liver membrane from a bowhead whale.